Hi, thank you for your question. So even if like how I appear now is like not congruent with how most people view like a mom, my son has known me as this since he was very, very young. This is a picture of my son and I when he was 4 years old. Nobody ever believes me when I show these pictures because my kid was so tall. This was April 9th, 2017. He was only four. Only four. I don't usually like pry a lot when it comes to my transition with my son because he's like a kid and I just don't want to like burden him with it. But I kind of was under the impression that he didn't even know I was trans for a long time. I figured he just thought his mom was a dude and that was life and that was that. It wasn't until I saw him on his iPad and like some video he was watching on YouTube. There were kids like making fun of trans people, and he immediately exited out. Like you could tell that struck a chord. And that's when I was like, maybe he knows. But now I know he knows I'm trans because for school he had to like learn, all his family members' names, like, basic info like to remember in case of an emergency, like who do you live with, like, genders, names, etc. And he got everybody's gender right. And when it came to me, he said transgender. I was actually pretty impressed, to be honest. Since my son has always known me this way, like I'm sure my detransition was a little bit harder to digest than my initial transition because I don't think he remembers that. Honestly, I think he thought I was playing dress up every day because I feel like I remember him thinking it was funny. And look at this picture I have. He's just kind of like, what? I mean, it wasn't like a traumatizing time or anything. Since adults are so like hell bent on like, transitioning being a controversial thing and detransitioning especially being controversial, and they have so many questions, they're so curious, they assume that kids are the same way. Kids are not like that. Like I always say, as long as you're stable, you're secure, you're compassionate, you're safe, everything else is really not a huge deal. Do I think he was like thrilled with my detransition? Probably not. But I think he wasn't thrilled probably because he could sense that I was having a hard time. But the truth is, it don't matter like whether I got a weave on, I got a crop top on, some Daisy Dukes, my nails did, it doesn't matter. If I'm bald, if I'm in baggier clothes, if I got a beard on that day, it doesn't matter. Because in every form for the past 8 years, I've been a good mom. And that does matter.